The ticket under 64% in the Warriors' last 47 road games. Atlanta, 46.5% against the spread in its last 114 games. Of course, you can find information like this at NBCSportsEdge.com. Let's hear from the chef, Steph Curry, who dropped 37 tonight in the loss.
You just kind of give a bigger picture view of where you're at right now on this season after obviously what was, a disappointing road trip.
Have 5 hours on the plane to think about it. We were really looking forward to bounce back tonight. Didn't happen. Frustrating for a lot of reasons. But, we got another game Tuesday against a great team. Got to be able to show up, compete, see what happens. 20 whatever games, 23, 22, whatever it is. Still a good amount of time, but you cannot play the way that we've played the last, significant stretch and expect things to change. So it kind of is what it is. We gotta make the necessary adjustments. It sucks right now. Losing sucks. It's a terrible feeling. In the locker room, we don't really have much to smile about, and it's kind of the vibe right now.
Steph, as a group, how do you fix the fouling problems?
I don't know, man. It's like the 20th time we get asked that question. We haven't figured it out yet. So it's on all of us to hold each other accountable to the details of being in the right position. Even if a guy gets a bucket, at least you can kind of come back and the game has a better flow to it and you're not giving up free throws. Or putting yourself in the penalty where it changes your aggressiveness. If you get 4 fouls in the first 3 minutes, you're playing 9 minutes where you have that in the back of your mind, and that takes away any type of, aggressiveness on that end of the floor. So it's kind of a double whammy. You give up free throws, but you also change the strategy of your defensive presence, and that's tough.
Grant Liffman, Warriors outsider. What was your biggest takeaway from tonight's loss to the Hawks?
Well, Bonte, I think it's the F word. It's fouls. Lots of F words.
I thought you were going somewhere else. I was about to call the FCC.
All season. Let's just not make it one of these games, or this game rather, because the Warriors were averaging 21.7 fouls. That was 28th in the league. This has been a consistent sore spot. Tonight, though, 26 fouls. That means they had more fouls in this game than assists. And looking at this, actually, Draymond only had 1. James Wiseman only had 1. Steph had 0. But you kind of look at the bench, 16. You've got 5 for Oubre. And these are just mental mistakes. That's what the Warriors are saying. It's not knowing your personnel. It's jumping on pump fakes. It's fouling jump shooters. And that's how you send your opponent to the line 45 times. It's where they get 35 points. So even though it's clear you are competing better in this game, you have more fight. Now you're going home 0 for 3 on this road trip. And, Steve Kerr laid it out post-game that they talk about fouls every day. They talked about it pre-game. It was the number one topic. They talked about it at halftime and things still didn't change. I heard on the broadcast the guys were saying in the start of the fourth quarter, the differential was 12 free throws to 2 Warriors free throws because the Hawks were in the bonus so early. You can't hand your opponent the win on a platter when you're sending them to the line. And that's how you end up wasting a 37-point game for Steph Curry. And that's why you end up 4 games below 500, the worst of the season.
Well, foul is an F word I'll never look at the same, Kara. Good stuff. We'll see you on Tuesday as the Warriors chop this game. Let's hear from JTA on tonight's loss. He's at the podium.
I don't think any one of you wants to foul, but what happens when you just get got? When a pump fake gets you, or when you reach, and you're like, shoot, I did it.
I mean, there's 2 sides to that. Like you say, we're not out there trying to foul, but you just got to be more disciplined. My sake, I came into the game in a very pivotal moment, and I just wasn't disciplined. I picked up 3 fouls. So you know what? Even though I only played 5 minutes, I'll take the blame for this loss because I just didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't do my job today. I didn't help my team win. As for everyone else, I think everyone else played great. I think we put ourselves in position to win the game, but just a lack of discipline and fouling, and those margins are the difference in the game.
What does a game that has a bunch of fouls, what does that do to the rest of the game, the flow? How does it affect everything?
I'm not going to say too much about fouls because I don't know what I can say and what I cannot say, and I don't want to get fined or anything like that, but I think it just slows down the game. It's not fun. I'm not going to say blame it on the refs. There are guys out there, Steph is great at drawing fouls. I see it every day in practice. Been watching Lou Will since I was a kid, great at drawing fouls. So it's just a matter of staying between your man and the basket, being disciplined on defense, and being solid. It sucks. It's frustrating. I'm very frustrated. Like I said, I came in a pivotal moment of the game, and I didn't do my job. So I'm walking out of this game very frustrated, but it is what it is. It's over now, and I can't cry over spilled milk. So I think it's a learning lesson for everybody. I think it's a learning lesson for sure for me. It is a learning lesson for me. So it's just very frustrating.
You've kind of developed into one of the more like behind the scenes leaders of this team. Where do you see this team's mindset at right now? Obviously, you guys are slumping, but still have 22 games to go.
With all due respect to your question, Anthony, I don't really know how to answer that question. That's something I just don't have an answer for. I think the guys are still confident that we can still, squeeze our way into the playoffs. We can go on a run. Coach is very confident in that. I know we have the talent. I know everybody looks at our team and can see we have the talent. We have the pieces for the puzzle. It's just, like a game like today is very winnable, but it's just a lack of discipline, and so got to stop fouling and put ourselves in better position to get the game.
All right, that was a deflating presser there by JTA. He takes the loss hard. The Warriors are taking the loss hard today, Atlanta Hawks. So let's liven this baby up with some positivity. Let's look at some highlights from tonight because the Warriors, they have a lot of highlights. So let's start in the third quarter. When Steph Curry had the ball in his hands, of course, he missed Friday night's game against the Toronto Raptors. He splits two defenders, flips it high in the air, and one. And we saw the shimmy there. Look at this shimmy there, Bully. Come on, baby.
Well, the split of the double team and the finger roll, and we'll go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play.
All right, play number 2 here on the Mancini highlight zone. Draymond Green lobs it up to James Wiseman. Dunked it all over Clint Capella.
Watch your head.
Watch your head, D-Right. Poster.
That was a nice one for the young fella, man. That's a good shot blocker, good defender, too, man.
Beautiful pass by Draymond. James Wiseman, way to be in the dunking spot, baby.
Here's Steph Curry being guarded by Clint Capella. That's a mismatch.
That's
behind the back, baby. And lays it in. Mixtape. Steph Curry, that's our number 1 play here on the Mancini highlight zone. Steph Curry with that wicked drive right there. 37 points for Steph Curry, and we'll hear from him a little later in the show. 12 of 23, 3 times. Oh, my Lord. But Clint Capella got the last laugh. He had 24 and 18. Now bring on the Milwaukee Bucks. The team the Warriors haven't seen since Christmas Day. Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jrue Holiday, new $160 million